Hey, just wanted to let people know that for some reason my audio is a little hard to hear, so I apologize for that. In the next podcast, it'll be different and it will be much clearer, but for some reason when I was recording it, it was working fine during the testing, but when the actual recording took place, it completely changed. So just be aware of that. Again, thank you for listening. Well, all right, let's introduce it. Hey everybody, welcome to Metrocast.
Metrocast!
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, finally.
The start of something awful or something really good. It'll just depend on how time goes.
Or a bit of both.
Yeah, it could be both. Yeah, that's fair, honestly.
It's not one or the other, it's a bit of everything.
Let's introduce who we are, I guess, just because, why not? That'd be fun. People should know who we are before we just go ahead and start talking.
Pretty much.
All right, I'll start. My name's Leon. Hi, everybody. I'm Leon Dion. You can find me on Twitter at Leon Dion. You can also find me on Letterboxd at Leon Dion.
The Leon Dion.
Yeah, you can find me on all that. I typically only enjoy very select amount of movies. I'm not good at this stuff. There we go. I'll pass it on to you, Mark.
All right, so my name is Meredith. I am known as Vita Girl on Discord. I like old movies and I watch old movies, and I was at a wedding, and yeah, the nice flex, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good flex, honestly. I mean, I'm
pretty good flex. I know, very impressed. No, I'm Mark or Crimes. I'm on Letterboxd as Crimes. I'm on Instagram as Crime. Wait, no, I'm on Instagram as something else. I'm on fucking Twitter as Crimes, and that's about it. I piss people off.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Late as always. Hi. So I am Vita Phone Girl, Meredith, whatever you want to call me. And as Crimes stole my identity earlier, you've already learned that I do watch a lot of old movies. And yes, I was at a wedding this weekend. I watch some newer movies, but basically I go off on old movies, and that's where I really am most passionate about. And you could find me on Twitter at MeredithRiggs39 and Letterboxd as just Meredith Riggs, or you could look me up under Vita and you'll find me. And that's it.
That's perfect. That's great.
That's perfect.
That's probably the best one out of all of them so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Thank you.
And who's this last fucker?
Oh, what?
The boy Dylan.
Oh, yeah. Hi, I'm Dylan, and I just love the movies. I just love them. I love going to them. I love seeing them, and I just love them so much. Honestly, I could give them all 5 out of 5. 5 bags of popcorn. Right, there we go.
5 bags of popcorn.
Fuck, five bags of popcorn.
That's how I review all my movies now.
The new
Exactly.
2 thumbs up, I like it.
The 2 bags of popcorn out of 5.
2 bags of popcorn.
And the like on Letterboxd is basically if there's butter on it or not.
Bruh.
All right. Well, we've been talking about doing this podcast for a while now. Probably I'd say a year.
A year about, yeah.
Yeah. We've been talking about doing it forever. We didn't know what we were gonna do, and I guess we just figured at this point might as well just go ahead and do it. Throw yourself in there.
Don't be pussy. That's pretty much what happened.
Yeah, I think it's just because I'm a perfectionist at my core, and I've always wanted to make sure that what I do, I make quality, because I feel like people want to listen to quality, that they don't want to waste their time on things that aren't worthwhile.
Yeah.
And I think that amount of pressure that I put on myself really hinders me from being able to do things that I want. So I said to myself today, I was like, all right, today's the day I'm going to do it. I'm just going to go for it.
And everybody's half awake or half asleep.
I think I'm the only
Very
one
good
that's
start
sleepy.
to this.
I'm the only
Amazing
one that's
start.
still fully awake because
I know.
I didn't wake up until noon today.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What
Because I stayed up till 4 a.m. last night watching a movie.
Sounds like
What movie?
everybody here.
The Breakuppers. The Breakuppers. It's a nice little New Zealand Kiwi film. I don't know why,
Kiwi
but I
film.
feel like most New Zealand films always have to have Jermaine Clements in it. I feel he's in it for a scene. Like one
scene.
For one small scene, he is in there, and he's funny in that. I think the movie itself it's directed by these two lead actresses. I'd have to pull up their names real quick, but off the top of my head, it's a pretty enjoyable little small comedy. I don't think that there's a lot that you could, I don't know, like sink your teeth into if you're looking for something a little more dramatic or like melodrama-esque. It is pretty simple. It's a simple comedy about two women, middle-aged, and they're just kind of like going through the motions of life, and they also run a service where they break people up for other people, and they're kind of going down this journey of realizing, well, what do I want in life? Well, what makes me happy? What doesn't make me happy? What are the regrets in my life? You know, that kind of stuff.
Oh, is that the one where like I remember and it was the opening was just a montage of them like breaking people up, and it's like I'm dead, or I get caught after some shit.
Yep, that's the one.
That was kind of good.
It's a fun movie. I laughed a lot. I think the only thing that really keeps me from, giving it a higher rating is that it doesn't have a lot of like behind it, underneath the hood, and the technical aspects of like, oh, like what is the shot composition or what is the lighting. It isn't like, it isn't.
It's LaQuisha-esque.
No. I wouldn't call it auteur filmmaking, but then again, not everything has to be auteur filmmaking for it to be quality. I would recommend it. Go ahead and watch it. It's only like 98. It's less than 98 minutes. I think it's like 89 minutes long. Totally worth it.
What do you mean? Everything has to be auteur cinema. You know, right, Dylan?
I don't know. What does auteur even mean?
I think it's a term that people use so that way they can feel smart.
Yeah, I think that's a film Twitter term, right?
Yeah, I think that's I'd say it's a film Twitter term.
It's a film. No, it's a David Ehrlich term. Basically a term used by either a dumbass or a large amount of dumbasses.
I feel like as we continue the podcast more and more as time goes on, there will definitely be things that like latch onto David Ehrlich and like film Twitter. Those will, I imagine those will be things that'll continue to go on throughout time.
A continuous meme.
A continuous
to
meme.
Bring up.
An ever evolving story.
the battle for good and evil.
Yeah, exactly.
Who could have known? Oh my god. Okay, who's next?
Yeah, let's if anyone else has anything they want to bring up, I'm all ears.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Oh.
Film Twitter is interesting. I will say that.
It's a conversation. It's gonna keep you talking about it. I mean, is it gonna like improve the quality of you as a person?
No.
No.
I feel like
it gonna kill your brain cells?
I feel like no.
It devolves you.
I feel like I genuinely get the impression that you devolve as a person the more that you partake in film Twitter. There are some really nice people that I've like occasionally spoken to on Twitter. Film Twitter specifically, but most of the time film Twitter is like just a very toxic space to live in.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you.
By the way, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, like I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. Anytime you try having a conversation with the people who are like, I love film, they don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, that or it becomes like a wasteland of hot takes where it's not really like difficult opinions. It's more or less just conventional opinions manufactured as like controversial opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Like
they're
that's
fake.
The impression I get.
I feel that. I feel that incredibly well. You know who I feel intoxicates? You know who I feel encapsulates film Twitter?
Yes. Who?
Dylan.
Dylan. Dylan. Is Dylan a toxic person? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No,
he's just like trying to shit on me because like I think Death Proof is like the best Tarantino.
You mean
dog shit?
It's like yeah, you said it. You just said it. It's dog shit.
No,
you just said it.
You think it's dog shit, even though
yeah,
it's like
definitely
the greatest work of the 2000s.
It's not. It's not even 20th century. It's just.
Can I ask you? Sorry. I just wanted to ask you, Dylan.
That's what I said. It's not 20th century. It's 2000.
It's cinema. Idiot. Fuck you.
Like I see
like,
Dylan talk about it all the time.
You You just didn't get it, okay?
Yeah. Well, okay. What's good about Death Proof? Because I've
It's
never
like-
heard your side of the story.
It's amazing, okay? You
Wait,
just
okay, I'm
cannot
ready for some meme shit.
understand it.
What do I not
I
understand,
can't
Dylan?
do it
What
right
do-
now
what do-
'cause
what do
I'm,
I understand,
tired as
Dylan?
hell. You just don't understand how it's like so awesome, okay?
What? It's so awesome, and I need to get it.
Yeah, you didn't get it.
I need. Oh,
it's
I
like
didn't
the
get
most. It's like subversive masterpiece.
it. Like those fucking meme videos on fucking YouTube. Why
Like-
Megamind is subversive masterpiece?
Oh, yeah,
Mm.
those
I
film
think those
essay
videos
videos.
fucking
Yes.
cancer.
No, but if Dylan
I'm like freaking
unironically-
see it. Like I think see fucking why Madagascar. It's the same guy. It's like Madagascar. I'm like get this shit out of my.
Oh, where it's like-
Wait, Madagascar. That's a good movie.
You
I
made
almost
another. You
liked
made
that.
another video recently. It's like why Madagascar 2 is a subversive masterpiece.
I
That is
always-
subversive.
My favorites are why Spider-Man sucks, like the Cosmonaut Variety Hour, like where it's super hyperbolic in the title and like they're picking the actual logistic points of the film rather than believing in the fantasy of it being a movie. Like everything has to make 100% like logical sense.
No, the Spider-Man one is the worst. One.
That's,
Honestly,
that's exactly your point with Death Proof, Mark. It's like
exactly.
No, that's what you were saying with Death Proof. I don't get it.
Death Proof like so bad though. It's like
It's like
lacks
it like
the
indulges
interest.
in like this in fucking grindhouse.
That's
and then,
all it
like,
is. Just indulgence with no fucking
but
flavor
no,
other
it
than
adds
that.
like it's the thing.
It's like a shitty version of Showgirls. That's what
Bruh,
Grindhouse
where is
is.
it?
Wait,
I don't
isn't
know about
Showgirls
that.
like really bad? I haven't seen
No,
it.
No, Showgirls is
Showgirls is
a
masterpiece.
I got halfway through Showgirls and I stopped because I got really tired.
It's
Bruh,
so good.
I'm
That's
missing
that's
out. I need to
cringe,
watch
Leon.
That's actually cringe, man. You just posted cringe.
Like-
I like Kyle
Yeah.
MacLachlan in it.
Kyle MacLachlan's GOAT. Of course you'd like him in it.
I think the
It's
only
like
thing I've
that's
seen
like
him in is
best
Sex and the
their
City.
Sex. Oh yeah, he is in Sex and the City.
He
he
is.
I've seen like I've seen like the first episode of Twin Peaks, and I have to see the rest of it. And so yeah,
Twin Peaks like
I feel
masterpiece.
so behind because Sex and the City is the one thing I've seen him in his the entirety of his performance. Like I don't know how to word that right now. I'm so tired. I'm so sorry, but
You're fine.
yeah. So it's an interesting thing. Okay.
You should
But-
watch him in Blue Velvet. He's great in that.
He's
Yeah.
great in any Lynch.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, any
okay.
Lynch. Even people say like he isn't that good in Dune. Like no, he's pretty good in Dune. I liked him.
He's good. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so curious as to why like Death Proof is Dylan's favorite Quentin Tarantino because I've actually
Because
never
it's like
seen
Yeah.
it's the only one that what is it called? Feels like
It's like-
fresh and original.
Fresh.
It's not even fresh or
It's
original.
like, it's like he like goes out of his comfort zone or whatever. And
What
it's
do you
like
mean
so
comfort
daring,
zone?
What is his
bold,
comfort
What do you-
experimental.
He doesn't have a comfort zone. His comfort
Yeah,
zone,
it's
like,
like-
his whole career is like, oh yeah, I like me grandhouse, me, me, me. And then it's
Yeah, but
like,
this is like straight up grindhouse. He doesn't like
yeah,
hide it behind all this like bleh.
I
all
would
this
say,
formalism.
And it's so good.
From my
It's
limited
so good.
experience of
And
Quentin
it's like
Tarantino, I think
His
his
ultimate
comfort zone
send
is
up to like
experimentation.
grindhouse, and but also in a way it's like what is it called? I can't think of the thing for it
It's
right now.
auteur, is that what you want to say?
No, it's like his ultimate. It's like his ultimate send up to like the
Homage,
grindhouse
love letter.
cinema. Yeah, homage, love letter to cinema.
See me.
But at the same time, it's like, what is it?
It's kind of ass.
Well, at the same time, what is it called? Like fucking thing.
Parody?
Not parody. It's like, oh god, what the fuck's the word for it? Or at the same time, it's like a freaking can't
What,
even-
dissection?
dissection or like
Satire?
Satire?
No,
Dissection?
not satire. It's more like I want to
you-
say like
Do you know what
like-
English you're using right now?
yes, it's called English. Okay,
That's what I just said.
it's called like second grade English, right?
Second grade English.
But I'm saying it's like send up to like the genre, but also like a
And a critique.
sort of like a critique. Yeah, exactly. It's a critique
God.
in like the best ways
Oh.
possible. And it's like so good, Mark. You just didn't get it.
I just didn't get it.
Yeah, you say it was like misogynist, and I'm like,
It's
what
like
are you talking
misogyny.
about?
Shade.
How is it
It's like,
misogynist?
it's so bad.
But you were like saying it was misogynist. I was like, what? No way.
I'm saying this mostly because you like hype it up as the best film of all time when it's
It
kinda
is, because
ass.
it is. It's like
it's kinda
top,
like- it's
top
kinda
20.
ass.
Top,
Top 20?
Oh,
Then you
Top
haven't seen
20 of all
enough.
time.
You haven't seen enough good films if that's top 20, but okay.
Nah, I've seen like a lot.
Yeah, you have. Your fucking red letterboxd ratings scare me.
Yeah, dude, and that's why it's like, and it should say something that Death Proof is like, wow.
That shit
so
looks
good.
more uneven than a 73 Yeezy Boost. Good God.
I don't even know what that means.
Exactly. Nobody knows what it means.
I feel like Dylan will probably see more movies than all of us ever will because he
In
goes,
our lifetime?
Yeah, because he gets to go to all these really cool film festivals and stuff, and it's like, dude, you live in the perfect area to go to all these film festivals locally, but then you can also travel out, and it's like, dude, that is perfect.
He's got that gringo privilege.
Oh,
That's what we all need
I'm
to
not
move
even
to LA.
white. It's me talking about. But like, yeah.
What yeah, I was
you
gonna
just gotta
ask.
like see it to believe it. You gotta trust me on this, Leon. You gotta trust me, and you too, Meredith. It's like
Don't
top
do it.
tier. It is
Don't
the
do it.
best
So-
Tarantino.
I want to let you know.
So
that
fucking dull.
I went
Oh,
to add it to
that's
my
because you just
watch
watched
list,
the
and it's
shitty
already
Grindhouse cut.
No, I watched the regular cut too, and it was fucking awful.
Well,
the
then you
grindhouse
just
cut was
go-
tolerable.
And again, there's this. You just didn't get it, Mark.
there. Ooh.
God damn
Dylan,
it.
Dylan, I am curious. What movies did you see at TIFF? I don't know if you have like a list or anything, or if like you could name some off the top of your head.
Oh yeah.
The ones that he talks about all the time were like Joker,
Oh god. Fuck
the
that.
best movie of the year.
Fucking garbage. But
You can
I
tell he loves
saw
it.
they're gonna go bragging mode, I guess. I
Yes,
saw
please.
got
Flex,
saw
flex,
Uncut
flex.
Gems, Hidden Life. I saw Joker. What else? I saw the new Roy Anderson, new Coreda. I think that's how you. Is that? I'm pretty sure I'm mispronouncing his name.
The new Bomback cringe.
Oh, the new Bomback, which was amazing.
I've heard really
Amazing.
good things about that one actually.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I might have to change my opinion on that because the trailer I was not interested, and I'm still not that interested because it's Bomback. But you know,
Oh no, this is really good. It's really good. Trust me.
it's a maze. How am I supposed to trust you, Dylan?
Because I don't know. Because you just do. I mean, that's why you gotta rewatch Death Proof and
You're
give
like-
it the 5 out of 5 it deserves.
You're talking shit about Todd Phillips' masterpiece, so I don't know what you like.
Joker's a piece of shit.
Oh yeah, you were
So-
telling me you saw that one movie, Zombie Child.
Oh yeah,
Zombie Chat.
fucking new Bertrand Bonnell, which is pretty good. So it does like, yeah. I mean, I don't
What
really
was
know
the
what to-
worst thing you saw at TIFF?
Joker.
The Coreda.
Oh, pfft.
That was horrible. That was like the most boring thing I've ever seen.
What was it called?
The Truth. It's the one with fucking Catherine Deneuve, Juliette Binoche, and Ethan Hawke.
Oh really? Is it that bad?
I think so. It's like some fucking subpar. It's like I'm just like throughout the whole film, I'm just thinking, I wonder how. I'm pretty sure like, what is it fucking called? This is just like some fucking subpar Olivia essayist or whatever.
Didn't
Oh
he
my
Trying to go
God.
for like that some sort of like style of filmmaking. I'm just like, nah, it doesn't really have much of anything interesting really to go on.
Yeah, didn't Correa win the Palme d'Or?
Yeah, he won
year?
last year for Shoplifters.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, but this one I'm just like,
Wow.
that was just like, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's because I was like fucking like at 5 hours of sleep prior to the screening, but yeah,
Mhm.
no.
But did you see that new Terrence Malick though?
I
Yeah,
did.
it's Hidden Life. I mean, it's lesser Malik, to be fair.
What?
Like, it's
What?
weird. I mean, it's
See-
still
see,
great,
for
but it's
you-
like it's a little weird. I
For
mean,
you, lesser can mean 5 out of 5. So
yeah,
let's hear
exactly.
you out real quick.
So, but my point being is that it's a weird, the style it's kind of going for. I mean, you probably heard of that. It's sort of like this sort of mishmash between his like more linear, like this like more linear narrative structure with like sort of his more experimental, like the experimental nature of his later works or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And it's that's a pretty apt comparison, like pretty apt like statement for The Hidden Life. And I think it works for the most part, but it is definitely sort of jarring at times.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm more for just like late Malik more than anything, so I don't know.
Was not Pickpocket. I don't know why I thought that one. What was Zombie Child the best thing that you saw at TIFF?
No, it would be Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems. I'm looking forward to that one actually. I love
Yeah.
I
Ooh,
love the
Adam
Softy
Sandler.
brothers.
Yeah, I mean,
Dylan, what's
I
your...
just actually rewatched Good Time yesterday, and
Oh,
Good
I saw
time,
that.
great.
to being like that. And what is it called? But yeah, Uncut Gems is probably the best thing I saw at the festival. It's like
Well,
definitely up there as one of the best of the year.
was it a comedy? What was it? Was
It's
it
a-
like
It's
My
sort of like
Life
it's in
is
the, it's in
Tragedy?
the same vein as like well as you
Good
know
time?
was obviously just the other Safdie brothers films. Kind of has the same sort of style and whatnot. Not well, of course, style, but try to say like going through, of course, like the same sort of sets of themes and ideas that they have gotten throughout their entire filmography and whatnot.
What was your
And it
what was
is
your
sort of
favorite-
like what?
What was your favorite part about it?
Hard to really say. Shit, fuck. I mean, it's all really melds well with like everything kind of like melds together really well in that. But I'd say if there's one standout, probably the soundtrack by I fucking can't even pronounce the composer's
something
name.
point Matrix point something.
Yeah.
Oh, like fucking. When are they just gonna have Aphex Twin on their soundtrack?
It's like, yeah, it's fucking there. It gives, I mean, there in the fucking cinematography too. I mean, I fucking just I kind of hate just saying like just these random, or just like these sort of statements, but it adds, and of course like the performance by Adam Sandler too. But oh shit, oh god, this is so bad.
My question is like, is it too Jewy? Because like they control Hollywood. And
I mean, it's
like,
pretty. I mean, it's that it kind of plays a factor into the story, yes, but I wouldn't say it's like I mean, I guess I don't know.
the Jew factor. That sounds like a fucking.
That's
That sounds like a video essay from an
no.
extremist.
So how was Sandler's acting performance compared to like Punch Drunk Love? What did you think about that?
Well, I mean, they are two both serious roles for Sandler, but here it's sort of like I guess sort of in the same way it's kind of like in Punch Drunk Love, he is like sort of like the Safdies really tap into like his abilities as like more like a what is it called?
Mentally
Like
ill
a-
person.
No, it's like a person fucking.
A crazy person.
No, I wouldn't say crazy per se, but I'm just trying to find the right word. But they have that sort of like they tap into the same thing that PTA was able to do in Punch Drunk Love. Not necessarily the whole thing you said with mental illness, but just like his knack for both like mixing like drama and comedy together in a way. Like they were able. It's like never has shit. Sorry, stuttering a lot.
You're good, man.
But they were able to. But it's sort of they sort of strike the same chord with Sandler. Granted, this is kind of going for. It's like a performance that kind of is like more like kind of leads really more heavily into like comedy than it is drama at times. But the drama is still there underneath it all, and whatnot.
You got me sold. I want to see it more.
Me too.
Me too.
And it is like definitely like it's a very what is it called? Shit, I don't know what to say. Fuck.
Do you think, not that it particularly matters, but do you think that he could be Oscar potential? Like Oscar will. Do you think they'll take notice on him?
Probably not. No.
Dang.
The dude's the goat.
I mean, it's a great performance. Like one, like just from an acting standpoint, just like from Adam Sandler, like what is it called? There's like a real physicality and like emotion to this character.
I see. He puts himself into it. Immerses himself into it, or whatever.
Yeah, it's like really. Well, of course, I don't want to say like yeah. And I think it's sort of. And I mean, I don't think it's bombastic enough for like Oscar's potential. It's like not
it's one of those like
bombastic or,
subtle
like,
enough.
showy.
I got you.
Yeah, it's like fuck. It's not like not gonna be no Gary Oldman or whatever for Darkest Hour.
Like people were saying Casey Affleck was subdued, but for the style of film, it was pretty like bombastic. I think it was like, oh, I'm so sad.
No, Manchester by the Sea, goat. F you, Mark.
No.
Yeah, I like
No.
Manchester. I enjoy
No,
Manchester.
it's like
It's not even like
cringe.
it's not even the best freaking. It's
Lonergan.
stupid. It's like not even best Lonergan. It's no Margaret, but it's still goat.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god. Anyways, Dylan,
Yes.
can you give the beautiful people your favorite line from Uncut Gems?
Oh god, no. I can't. I don't want to. I can't be like spoilers. I don't want no spoiler.
Out of
Nah, just
context?
out of context, yeah. Uncut Gems out of context right now.
Yeah, spoilers. 5,
right.
4,
4,
3,
3,
2,
Two,
2,
1.
1.
So, am I saying like just the line or whatever?
Yeah, just the line.
He's like, oh god, no, I don't feel comfortable saying it.
Oh
But,
my god.
Maybe you could
nah,
write it
man,
out.
that'd be cringe.
What is it? He says something like, I'm making so much money, I feel like I'm gonna come.
And then he's like jerking off his stacks of money.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Alright,
Pretty
Uncut
much,
Gems
yeah.
spoiler done.
Uncut Gems, yeah, that's the only part you gotta know. He's making
He's making money.
it's Adam Sandler after fucking Jack and Jill.
After the Jack and Jill paycheck for Duncan Chino.
The
Okay, I'm ready
paycheck
for the Jack and Jill episode someday.
the Jack and Jill episode.
Yeah,
That's a
exactly.
whole commentary track, actually. What do you mean?
We
So,
should do that. I'll do that
A
with
commentary track for Jack and Jill.
you.
yes.
I'll legitimately sit through the whole thing and do that.
Alright, yeah.
Like it's another experience. It's like next level.
It's so good.
Meredith,
Well, so bad it's so good.
I have a question for you.
Me?
Yeah, a question for you.
Okay.
Ooh.
So how did you fall into the MGM golden era of musicals? How did you fall into it? When did you find your passion for it?
Ooh, okay, so the first time I really got into that stuff, like especially like the old musicals, was when I was really little. So it probably starting when I was, I don't know, probably like 5 or 6 years old. And my family just happened to, like, we owned a lot of the old movies, and so my parents would play a lot of them. And also my grandparents, one of my grandmas in particular, she would play a lot of the musicals for me, like when she would watch me. And so I was constantly watching things like really any of like the old Judy Garland musicals. I sat through really long old musicals like Fiddler on the Roof and what else was it? I'm blanking on this, but The Sound of Music, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, so really it just stemmed from childhood. Like I was always fascinated by them and very, very easily entertained. And then once I was in high school, I took this random, like, what most, like, for most people would be kind of just like a throwaway film class. In 10th grade, I just took a film class because I needed something for an elective course. And at that point, like, I hadn't watched a lot of old musicals since probably, like, elementary school at some point. I kind of fell out of doing that for a while. I took this film class, and then basically I think I attribute it to when we watched Singin' in the Rain. And, like, once we watched that and, like, all of these other movies, because what the course was films made before 1959. So it was just, like, old movies, completely old movie course. And so, yeah, just throughout that semester, I got hooked back into it. And from that point on, I kind of got, like, obsessed. So through I'd say probably over, like, the next few years after that, I was just, like, constantly watching, like, I was rewatching things that I, like, watched all the time as a kid, and then I was discovering new things. And then I was going to say the year between the summer between my junior and senior years of high school, I discovered the Marx Brothers, and I got absolutely obsessed with them. And I watched every movie. I read, like, all, like, of the biographies and autobiographies that I could, and, like, talked nonstop about them. And so that's kind of, like, when I really, really got into things, and I was like, oh, I really want to learn about, like, behind the scenes, and I want to research all of this stuff. And yeah, so that's kind of taken me through to today. I blog as much as I can about mostly old movies, and I spend as much time as I can watching them at home, or if I'm lucky, like, seeing it at movie theaters on the big screen, because that's the best way to watch them, is on the big screen.
Mm-hmm.
And on film, if you can get access to, like, 35 millimeter screenings. Like it's kind of awesome, which can be difficult sometimes too. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm like I said, I've just been immersed through most of my life. If I hadn't grown up with them, I don't know. Maybe I still would have gotten into it, but I think that really kind of made all the difference for me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's my kind of my long story on to how I got into it.
That's pretty awesome.
How did that is really cool. Meredith,
I had no
I have a
idea
question.
about any of that. To be honest, I had no idea like how you fell into it. So I was like, that's a very informative answer, actually.
Thank you.
Meredith,
What's up?
the big question that everybody wants to know is how did you fall
How did I fall?
into iCarly? And tell us why the best person on that show is Gibby.
Okay, let's see here. Oh gosh, I'm thinking back. So like my legitimate answer on this is that I fell into iCarly. What the heck? When did it come out? Like 2007? Okay, so I was in like 8th grade, and oh my god, I can't even remember like when I first watched it. I think I did first watch it. It was like 8th or 9th grade.
It came out in 2007.
Jesus Christ.
Okay,
Oh my
and it was
God.
like, I think it was like fall
Wait,
2007.
now I
I think
feel
it was
old.
my 8th grade.
I know.
Yeah, September
That's so
8th,
weird.
2007. So right around
Oh
fall.
Jesus.
Oh
Right
my
around
gosh.
9/11.
It's
Oh.
bro.
Bro.
that's bro
That's
moment.
a bro moment.
Oh, like Nickelodeon was like, oh, new show, iCarly. Then like 2 days later,
What is this?
ba 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 ba.
Bro, what's this fucking 6.5 on IMDb score? What the fuck is wrong?
Well, let's also
For-
talk about how it deserves a
for
little bit
iCarly?
higher rating than that.
Yeah,
7.5
like iCarly's like
come
go.
on. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Okay, no,
Gibby.
I'm gonna give you the answer. My lockdown answer is 8th grade. I think I did start watching it like when it first came out. Let's see. Gibby's the. Do I want to say
goat.
Gibby's the best? Gibby's one of the
Do
best.
you want to say
I'm
The
like
goat.
fighting
the
you on that.
best?
Gibby's one of the best because he is not afraid to be completely weird and take his shirt off at like
In his
Every-
his
I
At
panties.
really,
Dance-
honestly, very inappropriate times.
Honestly.
You can't do that at
dancing
school.
with.
Yeah, that's how you get fucking told you're a sexual molester. Good God.
But he's like 13 at most. He looks younger than that, but
These school boards don't
Yeah.
care anymore.
I'm gonna argue though that Neville might be like the best.
Neville. Wow. The snitch? The fucking snitch?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just because I like a good villain, and he's very.
He's a good villain.
He's a good villain.
Morally complex, difficult, but compelling.
The Joker could never, but
The Joker could never, on God.
he's like iCarly's Joker, whatever that means. But just because he says you'll rue the day, like his life
You'll
story
rue
is
the
just kill
day.
me. But yeah, no, I've had a passion for iCarly for like 11 years. No, 12. That's scary.
That's
Um,
insane. Whoa,
that's a
that's
long
really
time.
Same
cool.
number.
But yeah, and also I'm kind of obsessed with. I say obsessed a lot because I do get obsessed with stuff, but like to a healthy degree. But I don't know if that makes any sense. But anyway, the out of context iCarly Twitter account, which I think I mentioned like not that long ago with you all.
Every day.
Yes, you should go follow it if you're on Twitter and you like
Go follow
iCarly.
it. Won't be
Go
that hard to
follow
find. I'm sure all people have to do is just type it in. They'll find it. I mean, no context
Yes.
clips of any channel or any video or movie. They exist somewhere out there.
They do.
And they're,
Yeah, they do.
it's probably one of the more popular ones, I'd say.
The iCarly one?
Yeah.
It's getting really popular. It's like, hold on, see if
Well,
I can like look them up.
Because they're fun. They're like some really funny stuff just out of context. But I think what makes it funnier to me is when people take those clips and turn them into memes.
Yes, like reaction,
Like
the
reaction
Doing around where it's
videos.
like, yeah. They have the
Yeah,
one
iCarly-
where Carly's walking into the room and it's just like just a flash in the face. It's like, wow!
Yeah, that.
yeah.
And like
Yes.
the caption is like Inland Empire, and it's like,
yeah, I've seen that one. That was really good.
So the iCarly Out of Context Twitter account, and this is impressive because they just joined in July 2019, or well, July this year, I guess. They have 63.7 thousand followers right now.
Wow.
it's crazy.
Yes, and I think they successfully canceled Neville. So
Got him canceled.
there's a campaign for that, and also they're trying to work on petitioning for Nickelodeon to release the unaired Gibby spinoff pilot episode. So we'll see if that's
What?
or not. Yeah,
That's a thing? That's an actual...
Yeah, like 2012 era thing.
Yeah,
Yes,
no, that
there
was
is.
a thing. I remember because they were talking like so. Jerry Trainer, who plays his Miranda Cosgrove's older brother, I think he got like a spin-off show because then Sam and Kat got their own show because Victorious
Yeah.
had ended or was just about to end.
Mhm.
And Dan
And they
the
wanted
Man,
Ariana Grande.
Yeah, Dan the Man getting the Van Schneider, you know.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know. I guess the video, like the show, wasn't pulling the views that they were hoping for.
That
The
really
Gibby
sucks.
show. I know, it was
Yeah.
probably like masterpiece, honestly.
It probably was.
It's kind of amazing to me that Dan the Man Schneider was able to create some of the most iconic shows, but was also kind of a weird person behind the camera.
Yeah, did you hear about that it's the conspiracy theory that it was one of the girls, it was either from Victorious or it was from some Nickelodeon show, but she got pregnant when she was a teenager and people were like, oh, it was Dan Schneider.
Oh, Jamie Lynn. No, is it Jamie Lynn Spears? Why am I getting her middle name wrong? But the girl from Zoe 101.
Yeah, Zoe 101.
Oh
There you
yeah,
go.
Yeah.
I did hear. I have heard about this.
Yeah, Britney Spears' sister. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just because she got pregnant as a teenager.
if you really want to connect pieces, you could look at like back in the olden days. I say olden days, I mean like maybe 10, 12 years ago. Nickelodeon had their logo as a foot for a little while.
Oh, they did. You're
Yeah,
right.
they had their foot. I mean, Dan also had a
Oh,
lot
God.
of things to do with feet. Do you remember that one episode of Drake and Josh where Drake had to put his feet in lizard pee?
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about the one when like freaking Drake shoots Josh with a fucking potato gun and like causes Josh to drop like right on his foot.
Dan Schneider actually has a weird
Oh
thing
my
for
God,
potato
oh my God.
guns. Whatever that means.
Weird thing with feet and weird thing with potatoes.
I mean,
Oh,
there
do
was
you
the one
remember,
episode.
Like, what happened at that?
There's the one episode where Victoria Justice, they all get trapped in a van or something like that, or a tour bus, and like she uses archery to show off that she can shoot arrows with her feet.
Ugh.
And then they also like put ketchup on I can't even say her name. Miranda Cosgrove's toes.
Cosgrove.
Yeah, they put it on her toes or something. It's just really gross. Or they draw faces on them.
Like Quentin
Yeah, I
Tarantino
remember
could never.
that.
And then Dan
Yeah.
Schneider's
See-
Twitter was all about like talking about feet. He's like, "Oh, send me your feet." Like,
Send me your feet.
To ask, like asking people to like kids to send it. That's weird.
yeah.
Oh.
I heard that
that's so
Nickelodeon
weird.
recently parted ways with them, but they didn't
And
disclose why.
Disgusting. Yeah. Just hey, send us your feet, and maybe you'll be in the new iCarly episode.
Yeah, we'll put a compilation image of all the feet.
Oh.
You gotta write my name on it or something like that.
Oh.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
When all your favorite childhood shows were fucking created by a monster.
Nah, SpongeBob's pretty good, dude.
That's true. That's true. SpongeBob is goat. It's great.
Honestly, goat.
Speaking of animated TV shows, BoJack Horseman just recently announced that they're ending,
Oh,
and my first thought was, "Thank God." It's been too long.
I've never seen it
What?
before. I know.
I dropped
It's
off
so
after the
good.
third season. It was like wash, rinse, and repeat for me. I just couldn't. It's just like the same thing over and over again. BoJack keeps realizing he's a bad person. It just keeps going, and I'm like, how far can we do
And that's
this?
the point.
that's the point. It's
I
like
know
because
it's the
depression.
point,
It's like
but
it's like
depression.
it's like what is it called?
It's like sometimes you
Shit.
just can't beat it. It's like Manchester by the Sea, except like animated. And
Bojack
it's
by the
like
Sea.
GOAT. It's like so
No,
good.
it's like whatever, like Joker-esque.
It's Joker-esque.
It's like Bojack is gonna be like, at the end of the thing, it's like, what is it called? I thought my life was a tragedy, but now I realize
it's a comedy.
And he like winks to the
Oh,
camera.
it's gonna end with Bojack like on a talk show. Like
But that's the point.
it's the point of the fucking.
The thing is, I wonder.
It's fucking genius.
Oh.
I just wonder what's
It's
gonna
fucking-
happen to Will Arnett after, after it all, after
Oh.
it finishes and everything. Like, will Hollywood take him seriously, or will they just cast him aside again?
They already take him seriously. He was in like Arrested Development, wasn't he?
He was great in Arrested Development.
He was great.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
he's
No,
letting
I guess
go.
no. That's fair. I just think that like with new prospects and new properties, I just wonder like, are they gonna just keep typecasting him as Bojack?
As
Because
the
Didn't they try to
sad
do that?
person.
Didn't they try to do that with like one show?
yeah,
like,
with Flaked.
thing? Yeah, Flake. That's what it was.
It's literally just him as Bojack, but real life.
Nobody remembers this.
Yeah, no one remembers.
No,
it.
I do. If you, Mark.
What are you doing? I remember everything. Look at my drip.
See, when
Anyway, continue.
when I first watched BoJack, I was enamored by it. I was totally in love. I loved the world. I loved the humor. I loved the characters. I loved the writing. I think everything about it was fantastic. Animation could use a little work, but it's pretty solid for what it was. Season 2, oh man, it's just getting better and better, baby. Oh man, Season 3, I was like, oh, this is pretty good. And then I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm good. I don't need to watch anymore.
You didn't even get to the good parts.
I know.
4 and 5,
I
I'm
mean-
sure, are pretty good, but I'm just like, I don't need it.
Oh
You already
god,
know
no.
it is. It's
Maybe
Pulse.
someone has hijacked the.
No, Pulse-esque, like Pulse by Kiyoshi Kurosawa.
I know. I'm watching that. I'm doing
No
an
way.
October. Yes, I'm doing an October like a
Oh, I
Spooktober
thought you were
list.
watching, I thought you were
October.
watching it right now.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Spooktober list, and basically I got like a thing like a challenge, and it's like a bunch of different ways to watch a movie, a horror film, and one of them is a film from the year you were born, and Pulse is the film that I have.
Bruh.
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 What?
Bruh.
Did you make sure to include Death Proof on there?
No, fuck you.
Why?
My last film was like a film needed for like a friend recommendation, and I asked Dylan, and the first film he hit me with Death Proof, and I was like, fucking what this meme shit? Get out of here.
Bruh. Okay, fine. Hey, what was the
Death
recommended
Proof,
film then? I hope you, if it's not Death Proof, I hope you put Babadook then.
Fucking you fucking me. Babadook.
Babadook.
Yeah, Babadook Goat.
No, it's not.
Like one that like Ghost Story esque.
Stop. Stop.
Like, ooh, spooky.
Ghost Story is not that.
Ghost Story is trash. I meant like
Ghost Story.
it's like,
No,
ooh,
Ghost Story Goat. What you mean?
Nah, that shit's so bad.
No, you just don't
Like that's
understand.
that's
It's-
some like snooze
just-
core.
You just didn't get it, Dylan. It's like
It's like
it's
whenever
like
I wanna-
meditation.
You know
it's like
that, like-
meditation on time and space. You just don't get
It's-
it.
It's like the film I just like put on in the background when I want to like go to sleep and I can't.
Oh.
When I can't go to sleep, and it's just like, that's better.
No, that's
Like,
Twin Peaks: The
white noise in
Return.
the background.
That's Twin Peaks: The Return, actually, Dylan. I think you might be mixing your films up.
Still
Bro,
haven't
what are you
seen that.
talking about? Like episode one of
Early
Twin
onset
Peaks: The Return
Alzheimer's.
is like is like much more eventful and impactful than fucking Ghost Story.
David Lowery cringe.
Yeah.
He's like.
Oh my god, here we go.
Dreams.
But like the point remains, like.
Am I supposed to believe that
you better
that
have
Casey
put
Affleck's
Babadook
on that?
on the list because that is
No.
like amazing.
No, I'm watching In the Mouth of Madness by John Carpenter.
Oh, that's like Lester Carpenter though.
Oh my god, you hype beast.
Let me ask.
I'm just kidding.
Meredith,
Mm-hmm.
do you plan on seeing Judy, starring Renee Zellweger?
Ooh.
Did you
Yeah.
hear about that?
I'm gonna plan on seeing that. I'm assuming it's a limited release. I don't know if that's
Slightly
accurate.
limited. I think.
Okay.
I think it's I don't want to call it wide release, but it's not it's definitely not like super limited either.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I might try to see it if it plays in a movie theater close to where I am. But otherwise, I'll probably just wait till it comes out and I'll just watch it online or rent it or something. I'm definitely gonna see it. I'm curious about it. I don't know.
I've heard middling things about it. Like I haven't heard it be like, wow, amazing.
Yeah.
I disagree. Like Armand White says it's like goats.
Wait, did
haven't
Armand
even
White
watched
actually?
it.
Did he actually see it?
Yeah, he wrote a review.
Did he really?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, wait. I don't know if it was like. We actually gotta fucking find it. Give me 1 second.
Armand White, like actual contrarian.
Like, oh yeah, Armand
Yeah, it
White.
says Renee Zellweger's biopic Judy is compassionate and honest. No camp irony or pretension here. Just a humane look at a talented, troubled artist and mother.
Oh my god.
That's the
Judy-
that's
I mean,
the tag for
Judy Garland's
Armand
life
White's
is
like
kinda
review
sad.
of Judy.
Yeah, it's really sad.
Her life is like really sad. I think after what you're probably the expert here, Meredith, but I think after The Wizard of Oz, I mean, like I heard that the director slapped her in the face because she couldn't like stop laughing during a take. He came up and slapped her in the face, and that she also got addicted to drugs during the production or after the production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She, and I'm gonna try to speak as best as I can, because I've read about her a lot, and I'm just from the information that I've sort of accumulated, but from people, and you have to take with a grain of salt sometimes, and I've tried to kind of figure out like what is the truth and all of that. But yeah, I think it was around the time of The Wizard of Oz. The studio, I think it was the studio, basically, and she wasn't the only one that was obviously subjected to this, but they basically gave her uppers and downers. So because they didn't have child labor laws at that point, so they could work her and other child stars and anybody, any child stars and all that. They could basically work them like all day and all night if they wanted to. And the mix between the studio and her mom supposedly was a really, really bad stage mom, and would do anything to make sure that she was making money for her, basically. So she got hooked at about that point, and obviously never recovered. And later on picked up drinking, and basically, it was like I said, it was like everybody was subjected to that. And then with I think with The Wizard of Oz, I think I've read that too, where she was like slapped or mistreated or whatever. And then, I mean, that went on, I think, a lot of different like sets and everything. And Busby Berkeley was supposedly horrible to her when she worked with him, which was for this movie called Girl Crazy. I think it was 1943. And so, yeah, I mean, like, it was just like all around, like, people mostly treated her horribly. Another thing too was supposedly L.B. Mayer, the big like dictator at MGM, basically.
Yeah, that guy. I've heard about him.
Yes. Like, I've read that he called her, like, his little hunchback. Like, because so basically they treated her like they made her lose weight. So if you notice, like, you see her at the beginning, like, she started in 1935, like, a contract player at MGM. And she was like, chubbier, and I don't say that in a bad way. But you can tell, by, the Wizard of Oz era-ish, she drops weight. She continues dropping weight. Like, she gets really skinny through most of her life. And like, she always felt like the ugly duckling, like, compared to like all these glamour girls at MGM. Like, she thought she was really ugly because, I mean, basically people treated her like that. And they gave her like these weird things to put in her nose. Like, they said her nose wasn't like shaped right, and like I think they put like caps in her teeth or something. So so that's, I apologize, that was like the really, really long explanation.
No, it's very informative. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's just like there's just so much more to it. And also, I'm gonna make a side recommendation. There, regardless, since I haven't seen Judy, and I don't know, I can't voice my opinion yet on it. There is a good. It's pretty well like it's not just me. Um, this biopic that they made. It was made in 2001. It was based off of the book that the Judy Garland's daughter Lorna Luft wrote. And actually, I read that book and then I watched the biopic, and it's called Life with Judy Garland, Me and My Shadows. And like I said, the biopic was released in 2001, and it's actually, honestly, I watched it all like on YouTube because it's been up there for like years, and I watched that several years ago, and I personally thought it was really good. They used like two different actresses, so they used a younger one to do like basically um, her life like right before she started movies, like up until Meet Me in and then they bring in like this actress Judy Davis, who did a really good job basically playing Judy from like the 40s through the 60s when she died. So that is my recommendation. Just going off of that, I thought that was a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard things about Judy Garland's life that are like really depressing. I know that Victor Fleming is like, I mean, whether it's true or not, like the guy's kind of a piece of shit for like, you know, fucking hitting her in the face. Like that's like not, but it was just a different era. Like it was just completely different filmmaking altogether, you know?
Yeah, it was. And that's the thing, like I've heard in different interviews that like Liza Minnelli, like obviously her daughter, I think everybody knows that, but she like I appreciated that Liza has said before, like she wants people to think of Judy more in, I guess, like in a happier way, because like if in myself included, like you know, we kind of see her as a tragic figure because there was a lot that happened to her that was terrible, and you know, like eventually pretty much helps with, you know, taking her life like way too early. But you know, she like Liza always, she tries to say, you know, like, hey, she actually had this really, there was a good, like a really kind of like a good humored side to her. Like she was actually a really funny person, and like, you know, when she wasn't having her issues, like she was a really good mom. And I don't know, I've always appreciated that because like I said, it's really easy to see her as a tragic person. And
Yeah.
I've gone, and it's like you don't get to see, I think it's like unfortunate you don't get to see a lot of her humor, like because she was in a lot of dramatic stuff, but there are moments like you can see like clips from her show that she did in the 60s like on YouTube, and she tells these stories, and she has this really good comedic timing. She's hilarious. And so like I've seen that, you see that side of her, and you're just like, oh my god, like she, I don't know, like there was, she could do a lot, and they just like unfortunately piled way too much on her from the get-go. Like as a teenager, she just like, I don't know, like that's just, I don't know, they worked her way too hard. And so I think she was just misunderstood, you know, so when she would come to the set late and stuff. Like the other night I went with seeing Meet Me in St. Louis, and I in St. Louis, and Margaret O'Brien was there. I'm sorry, I'm veering off on that real quick, but she Margaret O'Brien of course played her little sister in Meet Me in St. Louis, Judy Garland's little sister. And that's another thing she had mentioned, that, you know, like that Judy on that set was really happy because Vincent Minnelli, the director, treated her well and better than like most of the directors would.
Like an actual person.
Like an actual person, yeah. And you know, yeah. So she basically, she really, and that's what Margaret O'Brien, I appreciate that, because she also emphasized. She said, you know, Judy, like that she was misunderstood. That, you know, later on people figured out the reason why she came to set so late was because they made her stay later than everyone else for rehearsal because she had to record the soundtrack and she had to do all this different stuff, and she was exhausted, and people just thought that she was lazy or a diva or whatever, and like that was not the case. So
it's rough.
Yeah, but so there's a ton on her, but that's just like that's like scratching the surface. It's crazy.
Well,
very, very interesting.
Yeah, very informative. It's kind of a shame that this Judy Garland this Judy Garland biopic is in the later half of her life when she was doing the concert tours in London. I guess you can't I would feel like right now in this era of like the Me Too and all that stuff, like this would be the prime moment to expose that dirty underbelly of the MGM era of filmmaking and the studios. Yeah. But I think that the reason why they won't do it is because they probably don't want to destroy, the memories of people, especially senior citizens who grew up with Judy Garland. They don't want to see that. They don't want that to be exposed. I don't know. It just maybe it's too risky.
Yeah, that might be, but that would I do like your point though, because that probably would be like right now, with everything going on, it probably would be a good prime time to show that, but I don't know what it is, because I think there's certainly a lot to it, and there's probably more than like we don't know. But I don't know why that is. But yeah, I think especially because I'm assuming with this movie or biopic or whatever you want to say, the new one, Judy, with it focusing on her later life and career, like you said, I'm sure it makes it that much like, I don't know, like grim or whatever you want to say, like, because, again, like by the end of her life, it was, it was very obvious that she was having issues and stuff. And so I don't know, like, I don't know going into it. Cause I think if I'm correct, I think I read too, that I think at least Liza Minnelli said that she was not interested in seeing it. And I don't know, I go back to the whole, like, thing with, like, once I hear Liza say that, I'm like, I don't know what to go off of that, but basically, like I said, because I really like her outlook on like how we should view her mom, even though we can't ignore like what happened to her, like the dark stuff. So, but I don't know, but yeah, basically, I'm still curious enough. I think I'm gonna watch it at some point. It'll probably be a while, but I think I will. But yeah, but no, I'm curious too, because I'm not sure what it'll be like, and I've heard mixed things about it too. Like some people kind of liking it, and then other people saying like they just can't get past, like, I think I saw the other day someone said something about like they just couldn't get past like seeing Renee Zellweger and like just sort of her mannerisms and stuff, and they said they just didn't see her.
They couldn't see Renee Zellweger as Judy Garland. They could only see her as Renee Zellweger. Okay. That's the impression I got from looking at the trailer.
Yeah, and that's what I'm wondering too. Like, I'm curious if, because I mean, I saw, I sort of at the same time saw like that too, where I was like, it was very Renee Zellweger, if that makes any sense. But I was like, I want to probably give it a chance, because I don't know, maybe there's more to it than what we're getting from the trailer, but I have no idea. Yeah. I'm really curious.
I gotta ask everybody here, has anyone seen The Fanatic?
I want to watch it so goddamn bad.
Wait, is that the one? I think I saw
John Travolta.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I saw most of it.
It's
I
like
was kind of in and out of it.
It's as like Mike Thorne said, it's like 2019's Knock Knock.
Oh my god.
What? Knock Knock's GOAT.
No. It's GOAT, but I've been wanting to watch The Fanatic so goddamn bad. Oh my god, it looks amazing.
I mean, Knock Knock is good for Ana de Armas, and an insane performance by Keanu. By insane, I mean just how deadpan he is in this absolutely insane situation.
You gay are It was free pizza! It was free pizza! Come on!
it was free pizza! Free fucking
Grab free
pizza!
pizza!
And like, you come to me! You came to my home!
Your house.
You're gonna kill me! It's like,
Now you're gonna fucking kill me.
Now you're gonna fucking kill me! Now you're gonna fucking kill me! It's literally, literally one of the greatest
That movie
films.
played at Sundance. I mean,
That's
yeah,
fucking
because
wild.
Eli Roth goat.
maybe Eli Roth got grandfathered into Sundance or whatnot with that movie, but I haven't seen him bring anything else back to Sundance. Then again, The House with the Clock in Its Walls was a movie that, like, was studio made, and The Death Wish was studio made as well, so, I mean, I don't know.
They were like, nope, after that, we're not letting you back in.
But we're getting sidetracked. The Fanatic has a great line at the very beginning. He says, I can't... John Travolta walks in with the goofy-ass haircut at this, like, movie shot memorabilia, and he just, like, says, like, the guy's like, how you doing, Moose? And he's like, oh, I can't talk long. Gotta poo.
Gotta poo.
I missed that. I can't believe it. Okay.
It's so good. Well, because, like, okay, so my introduction, and I'm curious to hear what your guys' introductions are, but my introduction to it was, I saw on Reddit that people were posting about it, and, like, they were, like, hyping it up because they were like, yeah, The Education of Charlie St. Cloud, or Charlie Banks, or whatever it was called, by Fred Durst wasn't that bad. It was actually kind of okay. And they were like, I'm interested to see what this is. I want to see, like, what John Travolta does. And there were screenshots from the set and stuff, and I was like, okay, whatever. I put it to the back of my mind. And then I see that it's online, and I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm watching this. So I watch it, and I'm like, my God, this is fucking insane. This is a crazy movie because of just everything behind it.
Oh God!
How did everyone else come across it?
I saw the memes. I saw the memes, and I was like, this looks amazing. This looks and sounds amazing. How have I not, like, already watched this?
What about you, Dylan?
I think you were like posting about it, something in the Discord. It was either you or someone else. It was like fucking like footage of John Travolta in the costume or whatever.
In the costume?
Oh, there's
Yeah,
that
in
like
his like
screenshot.
costume
Isn't it
or
like a
whatever.
screenshot
Or
of
his
it?
outfit for the film.
The Bobby, or just a normal?
No, it's like the one where he's like the freaking outfit he wears for the Fanatic. He has like the freaking, what is it,
Oh, the
toupee
wig?
on with the
The
glasses.
toupee?
It was like with somebody.
It was like
There's
back
a
in
screenshot.
2018 when I think it was like kind of going around like the first images of it.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
no, because it was a goofy haircut. It's a mullet with a bowl cut.
Yeah, whatever. So it's like that. That's like, yeah. I didn't even know anything about it until like, what is it, the fucking trailer dropped?
I didn't even
And
see
everyone
the trailer.
was like fucking hyping it up to be like the next big, so bad it's good movie.
It looked amazing. Let's be honest here.
See, I didn't even see the trailer. All I did was just jump into it. I had no context besides Fred Durst wrote and directed it, and that for some reason David Fincher took, like, I don't know, David Fincher just was like, Fred Durst, I will show you how to do some cool stuff behind the camera, some tips and tricks I know. And I was just like, this is insane. This is amazing. I can't believe this exists.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Meredith? How did you come across it?
Okay, let's see. I didn't see the trailer either. I also saw there was like, was it, I don't know, at least one or two memes, like they were just like screenshots, which I think was already just discussed. But I saw screenshots in the Metro server, and then one night, I think it was a few weeks ago or something, there was a member in Metro, and I guess I won't say who it is just in case I don't know who's listening to this later, but they posted basically that they were going to be watching it that night, and I had nothing to do, and so I was like, yeah, I'll do it. So I had like no idea what it was except for the screenshots out of context, and that was all. So I just decided to jump in, and
that's how history was made.
It was how history
So
was
you've
made.
seen it? Like, you've actually seen it?
I have. There were like I can't remember what it was. I was distracted at the same time, so I was like mostly watching it.
That's probably
but
the best way to watch
I kind
it.
of zoned out. But
Honestly,
I got like the gist of it. I definitely watched most of it.
I just love that it's like a meme. It's such a meme on the Discord server. I mean, like, it unironically is like a funny meme. People are shitting on the movie, like absolutely tearing it apart. I think it's okay. Like, I think it's fine. Like, it's not the worst thing in the world. Like, it's watchable. I mean, people are trying to peddle it as like The Room or something like that. It's not that. And other people are trying to make it like, you know, it's like Birdemic or Troll 2, and it's not that. I'd argue that Birdemic is not an enjoyable bad movie.
it's just painful. Yeah. That one's just bad.
That one was bad. Did we all watch? No,
I'm
sorry,
Birdemic.
I'm gonna get you off topic.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
In that Birdemic like stream, because the first time I watched it was with somebody in the server. It was,
I swear to God, that was like a long ass time ago when we had the Birdemic stream.
It was. That was one of my favorite. Even it was terrible, but I don't know.
That was with Andrew when he was still on the server.
Oh my gosh.
Now he's in college, big boy growing up.
Big boy, shout out to Andrew.
Shout out to Andrew, yeah. Character development, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like started the final season of a show that you've grown up with, and the character's like, all right, see you next time, and then you know you're not gonna see him next time.
Oh, that's so depressing.
That's literally him.
Oh man. Yeah, that wasn't very enjoyable. Like, I have enjoyed The Room and Troll 2, and I don't know what else, but yeah, I was disappointed that Birdemic wasn't that good. Like, it wasn't that entertaining. I really thought it was going to be. Like, the backstory of how that movie was made and marketed is so much more interesting than the actual movie. Yeah. I'll give it that.
Yeah, the Fanatic is just an interesting movie. I think like John Travolta's performances, I mean, you can quote me on it. I think it's brave. I think it's a brave performance to do because you're acting like a complete fucking goof. Like you're just.
That's crazy. I thought John Travolta's performance. I thought actually it was pretty good, because I was saying this with who I was watching with that night, but I think he portrays, I don't know how to put this like without it sounding weird, but like he portrays the characteristics of autism really well, I think.
I think it's Asperger's or autism or one of the. It's just like it's one of those, I think.
Okay, because I was gonna say like that's when I first saw it. I was like, I think he's supposed to have autism. Like he like picking up on like what his character was doing, and I think that's what it was. I want to make sure, but no, I thought he was and I don't know. Somebody else might disagree with me on that, but personally, I thought he was like spot on, and like I don't know. I thought it was a pretty layered performance. Like the movie was, and I agree that I don't think it was like anything like The Room tier bad. Like I don't think it was very good, but I thought his performance was pretty good.
What about you, Dylan?
Wait, what?
What do you think about the Fanatic?
About the Fanatic?
I don't know. It's okay, I guess.
It's okay.
It's like it's a good meme.
It's a good meme.
That's a good review.
That's a good one right there.
Good meme. I don't know what else to say.
Good meme. 3.5. 5 popcorn bags out.
So when you say something,
I mean, it's a 3. It's a 3. It's like, you know, like on its own, I think it's like 3 bags of popcorn. But I mean, like John Travolta's performance, you know, I gotta, you know, so John Travolta's like amazing performance, and it's like critique of like Hollywood and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's
Poppycock.
I gotta add in 2 more bags of popcorn, making it a 5 bags of popcorn.
So when you say something like 5 bags of popcorn, do you mean you eat 5 bags of popcorn while watching this, or it has the potential to have 5 bags of popcorn eaten during it?
I don't know, man.
I think see,
that's a capitalist statement because you're giving money to you're giving money to the theater that you're going to go watch the.
I'm not. I just make my own popcorn.
Hello, can I buy 5 bags of popcorn, please? Freshly popped.
No, I grow it. Sir. I grow it in my backyard.
I grow my popcorn.
I grow my own popcorn in my backyard.
Yeah, I grow the corn and then it goes popcorn.
Oh,
So when I'm wondering,
How you do
like,
it.
I'm wondering when you say like 2.5 bags of popcorn, is it cut horizontally or vertically?
yes.
Wait, what? I don't understand directions.
Is like the bag of popcorn cut horizontally, like in the middle, or is it cut at the top, splitting the like thing of popcorn in half at the top?
I don't know. I can't visualize it right now.
I think you're putting more thought into this than he ever did.
Like, are you like? So am I cutting the bag like horizontally?
Yeah, you're like one of those hot knife
Like-
videos, going against
Yeah.
the bag of
What?
popcorn.
What? Why am I cutting the bag?
Because you're
Well-
saying 2.5 bags of popcorn.
I didn't say 2.5 bags of popcorn.
Like,
I
I'm
just
just,
said
I'm just saying, like,
give it, like 2
hypothetically.
bags
Like,
of popcorn.
I'm saying,
Hypothetically.
like hypothetically, you walk out of Joker and you say, "Ah, that was 2.5 bags of popcorn" or something like that, and you're like,
Nah, I only do full bags of popcorn.
Wait, hold up. My question
And
is,
then, like,
what,
go big, go home.
go big, go home. What happens if like they don't have bags of popcorn? What if like the guy's only like, yeah, we only have buckets.
we only have buckets of popcorn.
We only have buckets of
That's-
popcorn.
buckets, bags are the same thing.
What's the
No, they're
ratio?
not.
What's
No.
the ratio?
It's the ratio.
Yeah,
Carriers.
what's the ratio of popcorn to bag to bucket?
Yeah. What's
What's
It's the
the
same,
conversion rate?
obviously.
fucking virgin?
I mean, don't you know? Obviously. That's how it
Obviously,
goes.
it's like big brain.
They're always the same size.
All right, I have a topic I want to talk about real quick. I'm curious. What was the most awkward theater interaction you've had?
Oh no. Oh no.
I can start off. I guess.
No. I need to start off with this
Go,
one.
yeah, go ahead then,
Oh
please.
God. So I had taken my my brother to go see Detective Pikachu, right?
Uh-huh.
And we're in the theater, we're watching it. I'm like, okay, this is fucking snooze core. Let me like, I'll watch it. I'll tolerate it. Whatever. Blah blah blah. Me. And then fucking, I hear something, and I hear like it's like a wet noise coming from like behind me, and so I turn around, and I just see like, oh, it's like a couple fucking teenagers making out and shit, and I'm just like, oh, whatever. It's they do their thing. I don't care. And I try to ignore it, but then throughout the rest of the film, I just hear, "Mwah, mwah, mwah," and then I start hearing like moaning. So I look at my brother. He's just focusing on the screen. I look at them, and like, this is before I told them like, hey, maybe y'all should stop. I look at the guy, and he's looking at me now because like, I guess he's trying to be socially conscious or cautious. Fucking, oh yeah. And so I give him a thumbs up, and then I turn back around, and then okay, I hear the noise about like the whole fucking movie, and then I turn around by the time like the fucking big ass turtles are walking around, and there's like fucking mountains and valleys on them and shit. And when this happens, like at this point, his hand's all the way down her pants and shit, and I'm like, yeah, yeah,
Like Detective Pikachu, baby. That's how you were created.
Pikachu. The fucking Chad, man. I look at him and I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Did you mouth
And
to
he's
him, or
just-
did you kind of just look at him?
No, I actually said, what the fuck are you doing?
You should have licked your lips instead the whole way. You just not break eye contact.
Can I join you?
Direct eye. Just,
No, lick your lips like subtly too.
Yeah, that sounds like a great. That would have been better. That would have been way better.
What an interesting.
And his response was just shoving his hand further down her pant. I was like, bruh, you fucking people.
Oh my god.
Literally. Oh,
So
God.
so they
Literally fucking people.
did it smell in the theater after?
Smelt of taint.
Ah.
Dick cheese. Oh my god. Yeah, that was the most uncomfortable theater experience I had to sit through.
What about does anyone else want to chime in? I can go.
Go
Go
for
for
it.
Okay. So Nightcrawler was a movie that I was very excited for, right? I only came across it through YouTube ads. I had no idea that it existed. I didn't know who Jake Gyllenhaal really was, and I was like, oh, this movie looks really cool. Like, I want to see it. And I think I was 17 or 18 at the time. I can't remember exactly when it was released, but it was close to my birthday. And I was just like, oh, hell yeah, I'm seeing this movie. I only found out that it was rated R. So I tried to go see it with one of my friends and my brother, and we went to like a rundown like theater, like a multiplex.
Your multiplex?
It was an eight movie theater, right? So it's pretty small staff. Like, you enter in, and the main floor is where the theater is and where the snacks are. That's it. There's no like anything else. There's no further left, further right. It's pretty small. And so I go in there, we get our tickets, and we buy our popcorn, our drinks, and we sit in there, and we're just like, enjoying the movie. And just as like safety and like caution, my mom came with us and bought us our tickets, just because my brother wasn't old enough and my friend wasn't old enough. I think I was old enough. And so she comes and watches the movie with us, and she's in there for about 20 minutes, and then she picks up her stuff and leaves, because that's what her plan was. So I guess the usher noticed her leave, because the only way out is through the front door, and the front door is right by the snacks. And so the usher, who works as also the concession person, noticed this, walked into the theater with like a flashlight and was looking for us, found us and asked us where our mom was and when she was going to be back. And I told him, oh, she'll be back. So he left us be. 10 minutes later, he comes back and he's like, where's your mom? And I was like, my mom will be back. And he would not stop coming in, to the point where he kicked us out of the theater. And my mom came into the theater, yelled at them and said, fuck you, you don't get paid enough to care about this stupid bullshit. And then she said something like, you know what, your shitty theater could have used our money. And then we fucking left. And then I went and saw Nightcrawler like a few days later.
Jesus Christ, that sounds goat, honestly.
Legend.
Yeah, I love my mom.
Yeah, that's Chad. Chad moves.
But that was kind of like the more awkward. That was just kind of one of my more awkward theater experiences.
This is a weird. That's very, very, yeah.
That's so cute.
I like it.
Yeah. It's you. It's like, wah!
That's me. That's epic.
This epic gamer. Okay, and this is Dylan. He's like, he's like furry, like.
He's like furry.
And then it's like, wee.
Dylan, I mean, you go to all those screenings, you must run into somebody or something that's just kind of like weird or off-putting or strange.
Oh yeah, he ran into YMS.
I don't.
Yeah,
There's
twice.
no way. There's no way you ran into YMS.
Yes, I did.
He did. Twice.
Did you really? Did you say anything to him?
No.
Awkward as fuck. Called him a hack, and then he left.
There's no.
I saw him twice though. I'm not joking.
So you only like saw him across the room?
What?
He saw him from across the room, from a gaze.
No, I walked
That is
by
so
him
romantic.
like when we was at a restaurant.
You walked by him?
Arrest.
Yeah,
Dang.
he was like sitting down. I was like, "Hey, that's Adam."
Should have taken a
I'm not-
picture and then tweeted at him.
Nah, bro.
Is that Teen Girl Squad? That looks like
But
the ugly one.
then I saw him again.
That's Adam.
At like fucking
Oh,
what is it
okay.
called?
Because he
I
likes
think
horses.
oh yeah, no,
and
I remember.
shit.
It was the Midnight Madness for Takashi Miike, the fucking Takashi Miike film.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he was like in the front.
You say that. I don't know why. I heard Takashi 6ix9ine.
What about you, Meredith? Have you had any interesting or awkward experiences at the theater?
Okay, like, I honestly can't even pinpoint one experience that, like, stood out. I really can't, which is probably a good thing. But the closest thing I guess I could contribute is that sometimes at I feel like this is gonna sound just like dramatic or extra or whatever you want to say, but like sometimes at like old movie screenings, if you go, you see it at the movie theater, sometimes people will like laugh at really weird parts of the movie, like parts that you don't think are actually like supposed to be funny because they say it really weirdly, or like just because sometimes, like, you know, because the acting style. And I don't know, like I've had those moments where like I'm just like, oh no, it's like I get sort of weirdly, it's almost like protective over it, if that makes, I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, I get
But
you.
okay, because I've talked about that with other people who go to like old movie screenings, and I'm not the only one who said that. I thought it was just a weird like hang up for me or something, but that is the closest thing, and it's not very entertaining. But I wish I had a good example of it, because it's happened not that many times, and it's not like it's that big of a deal. But I don't know, for some reason sometimes it just rubs me the wrong way. I don't know. But other than that, I will tell you later if I can think of anything. But no, I've had pretty pleasant experiences otherwise.
Hey, that's good to hear. Do we want to do like a film club style thing where we recommend a movie and we all watch it, and then next time we do this, like, we actually talk about it? Or do we want to just kind of like leave it free form and, you know, just watch whatever and then talk about that?
I'm up for whatever.
Yeah, it's up
Film
to
club
you.
would be film club would be kind of cool.
Film club.
I say a film club would be kind of fun to do.
It better be
I think it
give
would
me
be.
Mark so I fucking recommend him Death Proof.
Fuck no! Don't do it. Don't do it.
All right.
I think it'd be good to like. Oh, sorry. I mean, I'm talking.
No, go ahead. I'm open.
Yeah, I was gonna say no. I agree. I think it'd be kind of cool to do like a film with the film club or the film of the week, and I even just like trying it out. Like if we try it and then we just decide like we just like to do like freeform better. I think it'd be worth just like experimenting with different ways and seeing what works best.
Yeah, no, I agree. All right. Who wants to go first then? So it looks like I did the random list generator, and Dylan, you're the first one.
Oh God, Dylan.
So
right,
I have the list as it is right here. I'm gonna post it, and then this will be the official order as it goes. So it'll be Dylan, then Mark, then Meredith, then me.
Okay.
So am I recommending? Yeah, I'm recommending Mark movie.
No.
Recommend the movie. What's the movie, Dylan?
Oh shit! Let me find one that would suit Mark's taste.
Do whatever you want. Just do whatever.
Oh no! Yeah, you can do whatever you want, Dylan.
Okay, I'm trying to think.
Except Death Proof. No Death Proof.
Okay, I'm gonna pick the most like fucking pretentious shit in the world.
Oh, is it gonna be Oliver Assayas?
No, the viewer says goat. I'm just kidding. Oh no, yeah, he's pretty goat. Let's see. Trying to think of one. Oh yeah, okay. I was saying this earlier. I was saying to get on here. So now you have.
Now we have to watch it.
Now you have to watch. Now you have to get into this director now.
What are we watching?
I'm gonna say you should check out this film called Goodbye First Love, directed by Mia Hansen-Løve.
Goodbye First Love.
Oh,
Or
our first love.
de jeunesse.
Our first love. Oh my god, you bougie.
Yeah, it's an amazing film.
First Love. You hear the keyboard. Goodbye First Love. Okay. This looks interesting, actually. I'm kind of interested to see what happens. All right.
So are we all like getting films or not?
We're just gonna do one per week.
For now. Yeah.
Like one per session. We'll try and do this every week if we can. Like the.
Oh, so wait, are you all gonna see it? Oh, crap.
Yeah, we're all gonna watch it and talk about it, and then we can also since this is the first episode, like we kind of just went in the moment. But I mean, we can also just have like topics that we want to bring next time if we have any that we would want to talk about, or we can just continue to do the free form format. I'm okay with either. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
You know what would be interesting?
I'm fine with either.
But we are going to do Goodbye First Love. That's our first pick for the next one. So we are going to talk about that. So if people are listening and they want to participate in the spoiler discussion, Goodbye First Love go ahead and watch that before you listen to the next episode.
It's so bad.
All right, and that
Come
will
on.
be Metrocast, everybody. Thanks for listening to our super long episode. I appreciate all the time that is taken into it. I'll get a Twitter account up, and I will also get a Gmail account up for people to send us letters and talk to us and interact with us from there.
Yeah!
Yay, I'm
Yay!
awaiting
We
this
did it!
Yeah, that's the first one, everybody. All right.
Yes.
Again,
Woo!
I'm Leon. I'm Leon Dion. Thank you for listening.
I'm Dylan. Bye-bye.
Whatever.
I don't care anymore.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm talking over. I'm Meredith. Peace out.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for
Cheers.
listening.